It is August the 7th today, so it's like, I don't know, I think like 6th or 7th day of lockdown. It's already 8:15 at night. I didn't film anything today because I haven't done anything really apart from gardening and housework, but I wanted to film caking these up and just chat while I do it. And we'll see if my battery lasts, because I had it fully charged before and now it's saying that it's low in battery, so I don't know. But let's get started. So these yarns I did show yesterday. They're just a mini set from Lily Yarns. It's called Autumn Ramble, and there is 5 beautiful colorways in this. It's absolutely stunning. I love their yarns. But I just need to cake them up so that I can use them in my sock blanket that I'm making. So yeah, I have this little table set up in my bedroom next to my bed. Actually, this is actually a TV table. It's supposed to go over the arm of the couch, but it's perfect for winding yarn. So that's what I use it for. So I bring it upstairs and do that, and my yarn winder attaches to the table perfectly, so that is what we use it for, or what I use it for. So yeah. So tomorrow is technically our last day of a lockdown, and I don't know if they're going to extend it or not. We've had 10 more cases, so they could extend it. I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow whether or not I'm going to be going back to work on Monday. I don't know. We'll see. But so far they have not said anything. I have a feeling like we might end up just going back to work Monday, and then we'll just have to continue wearing face masks, which we've been wearing face masks now for about 8 weeks, so it doesn't matter anyway. We're pretty much used to that by this point. But yeah, so this is how I do my yarn winding. I don't have a Swift, so I just lay it out on the table and basically finagle it by hand pretty much. And yeah, so that's pretty much what I do. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I didn't end up reading anything last night, but I went to bed so late, you guys. I didn't go to bed until like 3 in the morning because I got hooked in to watching that TV series I was telling you guys about yesterday called Stitches on Disney. That TV show is so good, you guys. So went to bed super late, and I had got a bunch done on my little duck. Oh, what is going on here? On my little duck that I've been working on, but then I had to completely frog it and start again because there's one section where you've got to do like short rows in the duck, and I just don't think my tension was tight enough in that particular section, and so it was creating like fairly big gaps in like the knitted fabric. So when it comes time to stuffing the duck, there will be like holes, so I frogged it so that I could try and go back and just do it tighter. Oh my god, what on earth is going on with this? And just see, this is not working the way I want it to. I'm gonna unwind it, you guys. But yeah, so I've started the duck again. I did everything correctly. Like, I can follow the instructions perfectly fine. The instructions are super clear and actually quite easy, so everything was correct. It was just my tension was a little bit off, I feel, in that one section. Every other section was perfectly fine. It was just that one section that was creating a just a bit of a hole, I guess. That was, I just felt that once you like sew the duck up and you start stuffing him, I just feel like it would not look that great. So yeah. So hopefully the second go around will be much better and it won't look super gappy, and then I can get the tension maybe better in that section. And then when I decide to, like, once I finish, you know, doing it, I can stuff it and it should be okay. We shall see. We shall see. But that's basically kind of everything that I've really done, I feel. I don't think I've really done much else, to be honest with you. I did do some gardening today and went out into our courtyard. We have a fairly decent sized courtyard considering I do live in a townhouse. But the trees are quite overgrown now, so we haven't finished it at all by any means. There's still a lot of work to do, but we made a good start today on chopping back some of the trees. All of the trees in this courtyard are a pain in the ass. I don't know what they are, but they're terrible trees. I hate them. But unfortunately, this is not my house, so I can't get rid of them. I would much rather, honestly, chop all the trees down, get rid of them, and get some nice trees, because these ones to me feel like those, like, just these really nasty, like, trees that just, they feel like a pest almost. Like, the trees are just terrible, and they have these terrible little seed pods that go everywhere that then sprout up even more of these terrible trees. So we're constantly having to get rid of these damn trees because they sprout everywhere. An absolute pest. But not my house, so I can't cut them down completely. I can trim them back, however. I'm allowed to do that at least. So I started doing that today, and oh my god, you guys, the spiders. These spiders are ridiculous. Doesn't matter how, like, maintained you keep that garden in, like, the courtyard, the spiders are crazy. There are so many spiders out there. And then we chopped down, not chopped it down completely, but, like, you know when, like, you're in the winter and the trees go all, like, just dormant and crap, and then you need to chop them back to make them grow better again. So that's what we were doing. So we've chopped the tree back by like half, and when we did that though, we disturbed a what do you call it, a black ant's nest, and they're the huge ones that bite, and when they bite it burns like hell. So we don't know where the nest is, but when we chopped the tree and the tree came down, like the top half of the tree came down, they just kind of were everywhere. So I have to deal with that. I've also got to be super careful though when we're out in the courtyard, because we do have redback spiders. I don't know if there's any in there at the moment, like in our courtyard, but we have had redbacks in our courtyard, so we've got to be really careful with everything that we do out there in case we get bitten by a redback spider, because they are venomous. And they can make you extremely sick if you do get bitten by one. We saw a female redback out there. I think it was like at the beginning of the year or end of last year, I can't remember, but it was out there. We had moved a pot because Nate had broken one of our terracotta pots, so we were replanting the plant into another pot that we had, and when he lifted up the pot, which he was so lucky, when he picked the pot up, there was a female redback underneath the edge of the pot, and it raced out, so he was so lucky that it didn't bite him. Obviously we did kill it, because you cannot have those spiders around. And we can already feel that it is becoming the end of winter, unfortunately. You can already feel the weather changing, and I also know that the weather is changing and starting to get hotter because all the huntsmen are coming back. The big huge huntsman spiders, because I opened my balcony door the other day, and as soon as I opened the door there was a huntsman just right at the door on the balcony up on the second level. So I'm gonna have to go around the house and spray peppermint oil solution around all the doors and windows and air vents, to try and keep them out of the damn house, because those things are a pain in the ass. They breed like crazy, and if you let them breed in the house they get massive, and people say they're harmless, and they're not technically. They're not like, if you get bitten by one you're not going to die, but it will hurt and it can make you incredibly sick and can put you in hospital, even though people say no it doesn't. It actually does. My nan was bitten by one when she was a lot younger, and it put her in hospital because they still can make you sick if you get bitten by them. And I found the huntsmen here at my house are aggressive, super aggressive. You could be minding your own damn business and then you'll see just this huntsman that's like the size of your hand, if not bigger, and they're generally female as well, most of the huntsmen we have in our house. And you'll be minding your own business and then this giant huntsman will just come out of nowhere, and they get up on their sort of back legs and they like arch up at you as if to attack, and they do attack. We've had several of them go for us, and they're like so crazy, and they're so big that like when they jump off the walls you can hear them thud on the ground. They're so massive. I hate those things. So we already know that it's time to start trying to stop as many of those stupid things coming into the house as much as possible. You wouldn't think though, being the fact that we live on a main road, that we would have many, but oh boy is that wrong. We have so many. There is a lot. So yeah, so we're gonna try and hopefully get that done, and we want to try and like clear as much of the courtyard as possible, because during winter it's fine, you don't have really bug problems or other problems, but during the summertime is when the problems kick in. And because we do live on a main road, and the main road we live on has tons of food places and like supermarkets and everything like that, and obviously all of these food places have dumpsters in the back, and obviously supermarkets also have dumpsters. It actually attracts rats and mice. So because I live close to all of these places, rats and mice are attracted to food basically, wherever they can get it from. And so unfortunately we do get them in our complex. They are all through the gardens. They chew our internet cables, they chew the phone lines, they get into the like under the bonnet of your car, so they get into like the motor. You've got to be so careful when they do that, because they will chew through all of the wiring in your car. And if they can find their way in, they will come into the house as well. So we have to get ready for that, because the hotter weather means breeding season. and they will be everywhere, because like sometimes when like we go out at night time, like say if we want to go to the supermarket at night, you'll open your front door and go walk to the car, and obviously I live in a townhouse, so our cars are parked right in front of the house, like all the rest of the units in the complex, and you will see them just sitting in the driveway near your car. They don't care that you're even there. So yeah, you've just got to be so careful. And then like you've got to try and block off any entrances into the house, because they will come in if you give them the chance to. They're a pain in the ass. Because I often see them in the trees outside, in the street, and also in the complex I live in. It's a total pain in the ass. So yay for the weather change, not... And like, to be totally honest with you, I hate summer anyway. Summer is not my thing. I do not care for hot weather in the slightest. To me, summer is the worst month. Hate it with passion. My months are cold months, and we don't even get a proper winter here, because it's not cold for long in Brisbane, at least anyway. So, I mean, there are parts of Australia that will remain cold for quite some time, but not here. That's for sure. So, yeah, so I can already feel the weather changing, you guys, and I'm not liking it. I don't want winter to be over. It sucks. The only thing that excites me is the fact that this cake did not wind up very well. I had issues with this one, but oh well. It's really pretty yarn though. Look at that colour. So the only thing about winter ending that excites me is the fact that it'll be Christmas not long after, and our Christmas is obviously in summer, which totally blows, might I add. I hate hot Christmases. Christmas to me is not Christmas if it's hot. I do not believe in Australian Christmases. They suck. But I love Christmas. Christmas is my most favourite time of the year. You guys hear me say that a lot because it is true. I am Christmas obsessed, and so I will be in my Christmas element soon enough, because that's what I'll be prepping for. So that's what we kind of, that's the only thing I look forward to about summer coming, is that it means Christmas, because summer for us starts on the 1st of December. So yeah, so that's how things are kind of going today. Not long now until I go on annual leave. My annual leave officially starts on Thursday next week. So depending on how the announcements go tomorrow morning, I want to say they'll probably announce whether the lockdown will be extended or not around 10 AM. That's normally when they do them. So depending on that will depend on if I go to work on Monday or not. So, because I haven't been to work since Wednesday last week. So yeah. So it's been a while. It's been about a week and a half since I've been to work. So it just depends on, yeah, what they say, whether or not we're going to have to continue lockdown for a few more days or not. If they decide to end the lockdown, it'll finish at 4 PM tomorrow afternoon, and then I'll go to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then annual leave will be on Thursday. Wednesday was supposed to be a public holiday because we have our Eka show, which, if you're not from Australia, it's kind of like a county fair almost. That's what I would say would be equivalent to. I don't know why this is not catching well. I'm just unwinding it so it can catch better. But yeah, so we were supposed to have the Eka on, like, our Eka normally goes for about 2 weeks, I believe, or a week and a half. roughly, give or take a little, but that got cancelled obviously because of COVID, and we always have Echo Wednesday, which is the show day, which is a public holiday for us in Brisbane. But obviously they've cancelled that as well. So normally on the Echo show public holiday, I would normally have that day off. But it's been cancelled. So if they do end the lockdown on Sunday like they plan to, then I will have to work that Wednesday. Nate, however, has got that Wednesday off because he doesn't work public holidays, so his public holiday like day off was already organized before they cancelled it, and then when they cancelled it, they said that he could still take the day off because they had already organized staff to cover that day for him, so they didn't want to change it, which is totally fine because he does not care. So he does have that day off, so he starts annual leave technically Wednesday. Me though, I don't know. It just all depends on lockdown basically. I'm also still not getting paid, so that's going to be fun for the next payday. I don't know how I'm going to deal with that, but we'll see what we can do. There is such a thing called the COVID disaster relief payment, but I don't know if I'm going to be eligible for that or not. It just all depends. So I'm going to try and apply for that tomorrow to see if I'm eligible. I may not be though. So if I'm not eligible, I will not get paid. I will only be paid for about 8 hours, but the 8 hours of pay will be at 80%. It won't be full pay, so that's even less money. So it's kind of a little bit scary because that means I'm gonna have to figure out like bills and stuff. But yeah, so we'll just see. I have tax money, so I'll probably end up just using my tax money for bills. Not that I wanted to do that, because that's not what I wanted to use my tax money for, but I guess it is what it is. But if I have to, that's what I will most likely do. We shall just see how that all goes. If I can get the payment, it'll be great, but who knows? Who knows with this government, because they have so many contradicting things they say. Between like the government and my work, everything is so contradicting. One will be like, yeah, you can get this and this is all you need to do, and then you'll go to do it, and then the other one will be like, actually no, you need this and you don't have it, so you can't have this. So it's just like stupid really. But I have been enjoying my time at home. It's been really good. I was stressed out the last big lockdown we have. I let it get to me a little bit, but this time I decided to not stress because it's out of my control. I can't change it, so why stress about it? Just take it one step at a time and just see how everything goes and just plan as it goes. Because like I said, we always are left in the dark about everything. We don't get notified about anything until the last minute, so there's no point stressing about stuff that I cannot handle or control because I have nothing to do with it. So yeah, so that's what I decided to do. So it's actually been really nice having about a week and a half off. Even though I'm going on annual leave like next week. I'll take it. I don't mind. But yeah, so it's been like nice. I've just been, you know, crafting and knitting and just relaxing and binge watching TV shows that I like and just really taking it easy, and it's been really, really lovely. Really lovely. The only thing that's kind of annoyed me a little bit is the fact that my weight loss has slowed down a bit. It's been pretty hard with that actually. So I do have to see my doctor about that. I've got about a week's worth of medication left, so I do need to see her, but we're obviously in lockdown at the moment. So I'm going to wait until tomorrow to see what the lockdown notice is, and then depending on when our lockdown ends will depend on when I can book an appointment to go talk to my doctor about whether or not I need to up my dosage for my medication, and then just take it from there. So I've been trying really hard to eat really healthy and drink lots of water and all that sort of stuff. I will admit the last few days have been pretty bad with my water intake. I was doing really well and then I got slack. So I need to cut that out and not be slack, because it's really important to me to remain healthy and get my weight under control and keep my thyroid levels under control to make sure that I can have a healthy as possible life. So yeah, that's kind of really everything I would say. But like apart from that though, my health has been pretty good, I think. I haven't really had any issues. It's a lot easier to move around now. Like my body isn't as hurting as much, which is amazing because I do have a lot of pain issues. I still get pain though. I've got nerve issues in my left side, and I do have scoliosis, so I'm always going to have some issues with my back, but that's fine, it is what it is. But for the most part, like, all of the pain that I normally feel has kind of stopped, which is pretty great. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. But otherwise, not really much else has happened, you guys.
Hey guys, so it is the 8th of August, it is Sunday today, and it's actually 4 in the afternoon. I have mostly just been doing housework today because they did announce this morning that our lockdown will be ending at 4 p.m. today, so 20 minutes ago. So I do have to go back to work tomorrow. I was really hoping that they would extend the lockdown for a few more days because we still have cases, and I live close to the hotspot and I work in the hotspot, so I am a little bit concerned about having to go to work and dealing with people in that area. So I really was hoping that they would extend it, but they did not. So I do have to go to work tomorrow. So I've just been doing like washing uniforms, vacuuming, dishes, you know, laundry, all that sort of stuff. And we still do have to wear masks, which I knew we would have to do. And they are saying there's a possibility that we most likely will have to wear masks up until Christmas, which, I mean, it is what it is. It's not the biggest deal in the world to me. But yeah, so I did apply for disaster relief payment, the COVID disaster payment this morning. Hopefully, cross fingers, I will be approved for that. It's just to cover when you miss work. So because my work is not paying for me to be home during a lockdown, I won't get paid. So I did apply for that today, so I'm really hoping that I do get proof for that, so that I can have, you know, money to pay bills and things. I mean, I do have money set aside that was supposed to be for savings, so if I don't get approved, like, I do have money there. But I just was really hoping not to have to touch that because it's for something else. So, but if I have to use it, I have to use it. It is what it is. I haven't done any knitting or reading at all today because like I said, I've just been doing housework. Nate finishes work soon, so he'll be home in about 40-ish minutes, give or take a little bit. And I've just been cleaning, editing videos, all that sort of stuff, planning, all that jazz. I know that the camera did cut off last night when I was filming, so I do apologize. I definitely need a new battery on my camera because when I started it, it said that it was full and it was clearly not. But I'll show you what I was doing last night. So I ended up winding up the minis that I showed you guys from the mini pack that I had got from Lily Yarn. So the pack is called, like the colorway is called Autumn Ramble. So I've got this beautiful sort of rusty red that I've caked up, absolutely gorgeous. This reminds me of like the maple leaves in the fall. So beautiful. Love this color too. It's so, so pretty. Then I got this one all caked up. This is that sort of darker blue because there's two blues in that set. So this is the darker of the two. Really, really pretty. And this yarn is so squishy and so soft, you guys. So there's that one. This is the other blue, so it's more of like that lighter shade of blue here. Also super, super pretty and squishy. The brown, which I love, that color brown. That is such a pretty like brown color. And then the last mini I wound up is this one, which is that sort of like beigey taupe sort of mushroom sort of color, and it does have speckles through it, very faint speckles, but speckles nonetheless. This one was the first one I caked up, and I did have some issues trying to cake it. My winder kept wanting to wind in, like take the yarn underneath the winder, so it wasn't winding properly, so I ended up having to recake this one. I don't know yet, but I did it anyway. And then while I was at it, I have 3 skeins, like full-size skeins of yarn that I haven't caked up yet. So I decided to cake one of those last night too while I was at it, and it's just this beautiful, beautiful one here. This one is from Jokomamo Textiles. This is called Ocean Green, and it's, I don't know how you pronounce it. Is it dongle yarn? I don't know, but it's that yarn anyway, and it's got those little, colored fiber pieces all through it, so it's like blue, pink and yellow and some green in there, but that's what it cakes up like, and it is so pretty. I've got 2 more skeins to cake up, a pink and what's the other color? Was it a yellow? Maybe a yellow. I can't remember, you guys. Or maybe it's a purple. Pink and a purple maybe? Can't remember, but I do have 2 more skeins I still need to do. So that's what I did last night, and I actually really enjoy winding yarn, you guys. I actually really, really enjoy it. So yeah, so I did that last night. And then I also restarted that little duck that I started knitting, because I did have to frog that back because there was a section of it where you do short rows, and in the short rows I just felt like my tension might have been just a little bit loose, because once you start getting further into the pattern and it starts creating the body, I felt like once I actually stitched the duck up and like stuffed it, there would have been big holes along the short row section. So I think my tension was just a bit off, so I frogged that back and I restarted it. I haven't got very far, but I think I've got a better tension on this one. So that's all I've done so far last night on that. I'm going to continue doing this tonight because I actually really enjoy it. The pattern is super easy to read, absolutely perfect. I understand it well. It does say that it is for a experienced or intermediate knitter. I'm neither one of those. I am definitely a beginner. I'm self-taught, so I'm still learning, but I found that I can understand the pattern perfectly fine. I know a lot of people were saying about this particular pattern, not this particular pattern, but the particular pattern designer. Her knitted animals are very lifelike and super detailed, so there's like a lot of techniques and things like that that do go into knitting her patterns. And I have seen a few people say that her patterns don't make sense, but I've read quite a few of her patterns, and I just personally think it's the person reading them just doesn't understand them well, because everybody's comprehension of the pattern is different, and they are very clear with what to do. She's like super clear, and she has all the notes, all the techniques. She even has some video tutorials on some of her patterns, which is really helpful. But so far I'm not having any issues at all. Like, I got everything correct. It was just my tension that was off, that was creating sorry about that, scared the crap out of me. My video finished exploding and it just started playing. Yeah, so it was just purely my tension that was off in the short row section that was creating larger holes. I am now onto the first short row section, and I am pulling my yarn a bit tighter. I don't know if I'm pulling it too tight or not, but I feel like it looks like it's okay. Like, when I look at it now, the short rows do not have any gaps that I can foresee being an issue once I start stuffing the duck. So I think I fixed my tension problem. We shall see, but I'm really excited to see this come along. Basically, I think this looks really cute so far, and I'm really enjoying it. So there's that. There is basically nothing much else going on. I have 3 days left of work until I go on annual leave, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then my annual leave starts on Thursday. I'm nervous, to say the least, because I'm nervous to be around people in a hotspot area, because I don't want to get sick, especially before my annual leave. I don't want that. So, you know, it's just a little bit up in the air at the moment, but it is what it is. I have to work. I don't really have a choice. My boss, however, though, is still in quarantine. She does have to isolate at home until she goes back to work on Friday. Because she did come in contact with the person that was positive, she is not allowed back to work for 2 weeks. So Friday will be, well, Thursday will technically be 2 weeks, and then she comes back on Friday, which by that point I'm already on annual leave. So she did test negative, so she is fine. She hasn't tested positive for COVID, but it's just a precaution that our state makes you do, even if you do test negative for a lot of these types of things. They quite often, like, not all the time, but they do quite often make you still quarantine for 2 weeks. So going back to work tomorrow will be a little bit interesting, because there'll be a lot to do. We have a stock take to prep for, because, you know, no one ever thinks of the staff that actually have to deal with all this stuff after being closed for like a week and a half. They did not postpone the stock take. I think it would have been better for them to do stock take next week than this week, because like, A, my manager's not there, and most of the people that are working, that will be filling in while she's not there, are new-ish still. So, you know, it's a lot. Sorry about that. My camera cut off for some reason. It normally allows me to film for up to 30 minutes before it cuts off, but it filmed for like 10 and then just turned off. Don't know what's happening. But yeah, so I'm just going to have a lot to deal with tomorrow at work, so kind of dreading that. And yeah, I don't even know, you guys. So I'm going to be super precautious. I'm obviously going to be wearing my mask, because that's still mandatory. And I even think I might wear gloves. Now, I know gloves are not something that is going to 100% protect you or anything like that, but with the nature of the job that I have, without, like, you know, telling you where I work, I do have to touch products and people, so wearing gloves is better, because obviously then they're not going to be touching my skin directly. I am fully aware that you do touch other things with your gloves, so spreads germs, but I'm very much a germaphobe anyway. So as long as you don't touch your face or anything else, like your phone or whatever, while you're wearing gloves, you are fine. And to make sure you take the gloves off correctly, so you're not also then touching the germy areas, you're fine. So I think that's what I'm going to do for the next few days at least, just so I can be precautious. And then I did try to book a doctor's appointment because I do need to get more medication for stuff, and I cannot get into my doctor until the 16th of August, and today's the 8th, so she's fully booked. So by that point I am going to have run out of medication by then, so that's great, but it is what it is. And yeah. So that's like basically everything, you guys. I am really looking forward to annual leave though. I have just been dying for that to happen. I only get to take time off once a year throughout the year, so it's nice to be able to have a holiday, because my last holiday was literally this exact time last year. And hopefully things will clear up a lot better, and Nate and I will still be able to make day trips, because we would like to go to some places. Like, we're not going to be obviously traveling all over the place, but it would be nice to be able to still utilize our holidays and do day trips to places like close by. And yeah, so I am going to plan sort of like temporarily plan some things, I think, and see how that goes. Hopefully we won't go back into a lockdown, but if we do, it is what it is. I do have plenty of things that I can do at home. I have plenty of knitting and crocheting projects and books to read and gardening and all that sort of jazz. So yes, so that's that, and that's really it, to be honest with you guys. I am still waiting for an update on my tracking on one of my yarn orders that I placed last week. Was it last week or was it this week? I can't remember, you guys. Days, what are they even? Because it's just sitting, and it's just like, it says on the tracking that it's on its way to Brisbane depot from Victoria, but that was like several days ago, and there's no updates. And I know for a fact that those shipping, like when they send stuff off, it literally reaches Brisbane within a few hours of going from Melbourne. So I know that's ridiculous. So it has not updated, clearly nobody's updated it. But I really would like that to hurry the hell up and get here, because I want to be able to use it. Excuse me, I'm so tired. But when it does get here, I will show you, because I'm really excited about it, because I did order some of the Ship Gears yarn, which I have never had before, but I'm excited for it. I've been dying to get some of the Ship Gears yarn, and I finally bit the bullet and did it. I also got a notification today to say that my sticker order is shipped, so super excited. That is being shipped from Queensland, so I should maybe get it by Wednesday or Thursday. It's the stickers, it's the store I'm getting my stickers from is literally probably about an hour or less away from where I live, but Australia Post have cut a lot of the snail mail services here in Australia, so it like something that is in the same city as you can literally take up to 2 weeks to get to you, even though it could be like 20 minutes away type of thing. So hopefully, I don't know, hopefully though, it'll come this week, because I'm really excited. It is Halloween stickers, and some other stickers as well, but the main reason for that order was the Halloween stickers. They're so freaking cute, and I don't know the name of the owner of the store, but she does hand design all, hand draw all of her own stickers, and they are so freaking cute, you guys. So cute. So I am really excited for those to arrive. I haven't ordered it yet, but because obviously I don't know if I'm getting paid this week or not, so I'll have to wait. But there is some yarn, like a yarn kit actually, that I want to get from Lovecrafts, which Lovecrafts I believe is a UK website. I want to say UK, yeah. And they are, oh my god, beautiful, like so beautiful. And they are Latvian, yeah, Latvian mittens, which, oh, I'm obsessed with like Latvian knitting. Latvian knitting is beautiful, and all of the imagery in their designs have meaning behind everything. It's amazing, and like I just love their knitting style. I have always wanted to learn how to do it, so I am going to try and order when I can some of the Latvian kits. There is a website, I think it's called hobbywool.com, which is actually based in Latvia, and they work with local farmers to get the wool and everything, and then like the patterns and stuff, which I think is amazing. Supporting like their local farm, like farming and everything like that. I think that is like so amazing, and it's like beautifully hand dyed yarns and stuff. And I love the fact that they are supporting their local farms in Latvia and also trying to keep the traditions alive behind their knitting. I think it's beautiful, such an amazing like cultural thing as well, and I just love it. You can buy their kits off of their website. Obviously it will be international because it's coming from Latvia, so you do have to just remember that if you're buying from their website that they are not responsible for custom fees if your country charges customs and stuff like that, and duty taxes and whatever else. And the website is also in euros, so you will just have to convert the euros to whatever your country's money is. But super excited. I definitely want to order some stuff. I also want to order, there is a book on Amazon, I think it's called Latvian Mittens. It's a hardcover book. It's frigging beautiful, you guys. Originally the book was obviously published in Latvian because it's from their country, but they did translate it into an English version as well, so there is an English version, and I want it so bad. There's about 178 designs in there, plus all of the history in the designs and like the people and everything, which I'm like so excited about. But the book is super expensive, and I mean super expensive. It's $85, you guys. $85. I've never spent that much on a book before, but I'm considering it. I'm considering it because I really want that book so bad. But yeah, so anyway guys, that's kind of really it. I don't really have much else to say. I need to start dinner soon, like thinking about what I'm going to do for dinner. To be honest with you, it'll probably just be like carbonara and something like that. And like, you know, I don't know. But it's actually quite cold today. Like, it's even fairly dark in the house. So I have plans to just binge watch Stitches on Disney on my computer and knit on my little duckling and just be super comfy in my slippers and my robe before work tomorrow. That's my plans. So yeah, that's it, you guys. So hopefully you enjoyed my vlogs. They're not really vlogs. I don't even really know what to call them anymore, but I'm calling them vlogs. I know I don't go anywhere, but this is my life. I'm not really a person that goes many places anyway, even if there wasn't a lockdown. I'm quite an introverted person. I prefer to be at home. So, you know, it is what it is. But during our holidays, if we do go anywhere and if it's not too busy, I will try and film some of the places we go if we are able to go anywhere. And I am going to vlog a little bit more, obviously, because I'm going to be home more for my annual leave, and hopefully you guys will like it and enjoy it. And if I get any hauls and things like that, I'm going to do that as well, and also keep you up to date with all of my knitting projects, because I am going to be working on stuff for Christmas presents. So super excited for all of that, and I will see you guys later. Bye!